Hey guys, hello, this is Kulin Tlapo and this is Umbane Radio, Umbane Productions, live from Danbury, Connecticut, 240 Main Street. We are actually having a good time. We're going to be chopping it up with you guys, telling you what's going on in this side of the world. We're going to talk about a lot of things from the elections in South Africa. It's me, Kulin Tlapo and Sipho Hlongwane, and we're also going to have a guest that we're going to get over the phone. As far as I've heard, I'm not too sure about this, but they said he's somewhere in Montana. His name is Nkokelo. Montana is one of the states over here in America, so we're going to be talking a lot, and at sometimes you're going to hear a little drop of our language there and there, but guess what, we won't forget about you. You better enjoy the click, so enjoy the click, and we won't forget about you, so we'll drop back to English again. So don't be patient with us, and especially the more we get deeper into the conversation, we tend to go to our language. But anyway, Sipho Hlongwane, welcome to the show, Baba. Another show of Umbani Live. Kunjani mtaba?
Mtaka baba siyaxenga nje okungatheni uThixo nathi sasibhekile.
Nice.
Ezweni, saphila nje.
And can you tell people that what you're going to be doing tomorrow? Because tomorrow you are actually, today is Friday, so tomorrow, which is a Saturday, this is the 25th, right?
Actually it's Saturday today.
Oh, it's after midnight. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's after midnight. So you're doing something today. What are you doing?
Ngine-gig ngiyakuyo Namibian independence celebration izobise Rhode Island tomorrow. They need a DJ ozodlala later to entertain.
So you're entertaining the Namibian, you said? The Namibian?
Yeah, Namibian.
Who gave you the gig? How did you get a gig like that? And how are you all of a sudden friends with Namibians? Next door neighbors.
Yeah, next door neighbors to South Africa. So, we know
what does Trump call them? Nimbia. Nimbia. Nimbia.
So
can I just be honest with you? Do not say Nimbia when you get there, okay? Just do not say Nimbia. I just don't want to hear a headline that says a DJ from South Africa got beat up in Rhode Island.
Oh, God.
West Africa Diaspora. Number one commercial-free online. Radio only on HD.
How do you like the drop?
The drop is cool. I like it.
You like it?
Oh, big time, Baba. Yeah. It's just that you forget to fagale a manerato, the animated. That's a cool stuff.
Oh no, I'll put it in for you. I'll put it in for you.
I like that.
But your mic sounds so powerful today. So who are you gonna thank for that?
I'm a professional, right?
You sound like you are like.
I'm telling you.
Oh man, you like to brag. But ladies and gentlemen, we don't want to waste any time, so we're going to be talking to Nkokelo. There's so many things we're going to talk about from the elections. It's post-elections now in South Africa, and I think the inauguration is today.
Yeah,
today.
It's today. Yeah.
So we're going to talk to Nkokelo. Nkokelo is over in Montana, and he's going to join us on the show. Let's let him in. Sipho, do you have a song that we can just let this guy in with? Just give him a good song. Just give him a mood.
Okay, hang on. Let me see.
I think I might have something, but I don't know if this is appropriate.
Hang on.
You see, this DJ, and he's supposed to be performing in a gig, and he's not ready with his songs. What do you call this?
I have a lot of songs here.
Give us the name of this song.
Oh,
okay, let's hear a little bit of this, and then we'll be getting Nkokelo in. Okay, let's get a little bit of this song and let Nkokelo in.
Okay.
Sobabili asithanda neni thina sobabili kuze kube phakathi phakade thina sobabili asithandaneni thina sobabili uyakhumbula mhla ngiqala ukubona hey ngabiza wezushesha ay waphela wona mazwi oh waphela wona mazwi bayekele banomona masithandane bayekele bakhulume thina sobabili bayekele basihlebe ingunaphakade bayekele basihlebe. Okay, right, I'll be waiting for you on the very same spot we met. There was no light, we only had the moon. Nobody else, we only had the stars. Oh, I can't wait to meet you there. Oh, I can't wait to see you there. There was no light, we only had the moon. Nobody else, we only had the stars.
What a wonderful song, Sipho Hlongwane, man. That is a way to let Nkokhelo in. You know, we charm him. We charm him before we bring him in. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Umbani Live, Umbani Production, downtown Danbury, Connecticut, Umbani Radio. Hey, we have a wonderful guest for us. He's up here in Montana, somewhere in America. Nkokhelo Msomi, welcome to the show, Baba.
Hey, hello guys. How are you?
Yeah, we are so happy to hear from you, my brother, man. Yeah, you know, it's just always wonderful to hear from you, you know.
Yeah.
Basically, let's get right into it. I'm sure Sipho has questions. I have questions, but I just want you to just go right into it. You are South African, like the two of us, coming from KwaZulu-Natal, like the two of us, and you're out here in America now, and you're doing something, and you're here for business. Can you just go right into it? Just let the listeners know why you here.
Okay, back in 2017, so we visited America, Montana, edolobheni laseButte, ngesimo sokuthi sofunda nje ngeculture yabo. So we're doing a cultural exchange, basically. So we visited them for 3 months. We stayed here, and now we visit eMzansi December kuwona lo nyaka lo 2017. So what happened is, ngenkathi sila sifunda ngeculture yabo, there are some guys who are working for National Geographic Channel, basebenza kwenye show. I think it's a show, a documentary, live, and it's a Life Below Zero, something like that. So
I know those guys. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't watch much TV, so I don't know.
So those guys, kwaba khona ne-request eyikhona ukuthi bazokwenza i-documentary ngohambo lwethu. So baqala nje i-documentary from airport, indawo sasiyivakashela silana, everything, masikhuluma nabantu. So bebeyithatha yonke lento leyo beyifaka i-footage yabo. Basebenza-ke i-documentary-ke ngendlela yabo-ke abantu abenza-ke izinto zabo zamamuvi. So beyiqala ukuphuma-ke this year, and bekuno-screening sayo la eButte ngomgqibelo lesiphuma kona nge-18. So base beyangimema ukuthi angize ngizoba khona ukuze kuzoba ukuthi iside leli abantu abangale eMzansi kuzoba represented here. So I came nge-15, which was last Wednesday.
These guys must be rich, man. They got you all the way from South Africa.
Yeah, bangikhokhela amathikithi, return ticket, babangilanda bangiletha la. So ngafika-ke la yano, ngasibona i-screening, kwase kwenziwa i-Q&A emva kwalokho. And khona nesinye esizayo-ke la esibizwa ukuthi-ke bathi Coverlight Film Festival, zophinde futhi ivezwe futhi khona lapho abantu abaningi bazobe bekhona. So ngisazohlala la because ngihambe nge-26 June sengibuyela-ke ekhaya, ngisekhona nje kahle la.
Yo.
Hey, uhlendala la. Mhlawumbe usunonkosikazi nje unoza.
Oh no, I don't.
Well, Nkokhelo, a quick question for you, brother. So now this thing, this whole documentary, what was the purpose of the documentary? Because I'm still kind of confused myself, and I know you guys probably have explained it to me. I'm just a little slow. I don't know if you can realize, but Can you just explain it to me? What was the purpose of the documentary?
Like the documentary, I think it was more about a Zulu prince visited indawo enjenge-Beauty, indawo njenganakekile in USA, in order to learn about the culture yabo, how they do things, imaphi ama-challenges abanawo compared to challenges we have kwaNongoma. Ngazi kwaNongoma indawo ke futhi nayo very disadvantageous, so sinama-challenges angafani mhlawumbe nabantu abakoThekwini. So it was all about that ukuthi i-beauty ama-challenges akhona anjani uma ucomparison nama-challenges okuze kuthiwa ko-New York izimo zikanje ukuthi i-beauty bona baphila impilo kanjani. Kahle kahle indaba yayilapho, nanokuthi-ke u-station manager we-radio station e-community radio iNongoma FM, nala futhi kukhona i-KBMF, so kwakha lobo budlelwano between ama-radio station, kufundwe-ke futhi nanempilo abayiphilayo, nabo futhi bafike eMzansi bazofunda about impilo esiyiphilayo lapha kwaNongoma. So i-documentary beyithatha yonke loo nto ebiyenzeka.
Manje mina nombuzo wenkokhelo ukuthi, well, what do you think? You think a documentary brought out some educational stuff where you're gonna get some skills, you're gonna get some ideas, or when you live far away from the city, how do you survive? In situations afana lawo.
Yeah, yabona ezinye izinto zazithi mazenzeka ngingayinaki, kodwa sengibukile i-documentary ngifunda okuningi sengibukela ngabona ukuthi oh wow. So yabona even ngisho abantu bala ngize ngabatshela ukuthi you guys ninezinto ezi-rich kodwa ezingesiyo imali mhlawumbe ningayinaki, kodwa le documentary ikhombisile lezi zinto zibaluleke kangakanani kumina uma seyilokhu ivela kancane, nangendlela futhi enijabula ngayo. Kanjalo nathi ngale eMzansi sinezinto esingayinaki, okuthi makufika nina masinisa kuzona izinto sayibona, lezi zinto zibalulekile cause sabathatha sabasa emkhosini eyikhona esigodlweni sesilo, imikhosi ebengayihambi nami ngisekhaya, kodwa ngenxa yokufika kwabo uyabona sengiqala sengilandela izinto ade ngingayinaki eziyigugu kumina njengomuntu omnyama. Nabo futhi bokhona into khona umuntu uthi sihamba naye siyentweni ethi lathi ngiyaqala ngisho ukufika la, kodwa lo muntu uhlala kulonto le. So khona izinto okusuke ezisuke zi-around wena ongayinaki, kodwa eziyigugu ezibalulekile futhi kakhulukazi kwi-culture yakho.
True.
What do you like about Beauty so far? I mean, you're going for the second time now. What do you like about that place?
Abantu bala mfethu abona ke kuyo yonke into ekhona la, into engiyithanda kakhulu abantu bakhona bavulelekile, ba-open, banothando. Ngihlezi lana nje la ngihlezi khona ne-room yami, angikhokhe imali, ngiphila kamnandi ngathi ngisekhaya.
You know what? Reiterate that in English, because I want to give it to them too. I want them to know how much praise you just gave them right there.
Okay, well, something which is good about Beauty, I think it's the people here. The people here are so generous, they're so kind, they're so lovely. I think we're like a family now. I remember last time when they were in South Africa, I had a tragedy that my mother passed away while they were still there. So they supported me more than people, more than my friends. They were there from Monday to Friday. Even at the funeral, they were present, and they supported me with everything I needed at that time. And even here, I feel like I'm at home. They're supporting me with everything. I have a room here with bathroom, with kitchen. I've been invited to so many dinners. Yesterday I was invited to another house. Today, so like every day I have like a schedule of I'm going to this family today, tomorrow to this family, enjoying dinner with different people. They're so lovely. They're so kind.
Yeah, they have that thing of humanity.
Yeah.
Kokelo, can I ask you, because sorry to cut you off, Sipo. I don't know if you had a question, but Kokelo, can I ask you a question before we move on from this thing about the documentary? Okay. Because we are all excited about it, and we're gonna say a lot about it too. So I remember, well, anyway, can I just ask you a question? While you are there in Butte, looking around and talking to people, do you get to be asked questions like me and probably Sipho? We got asked those questions that, how did it feel like to wear pants for the first time? How did it feel like to wear shoes for the first time? Because they really had this stereotype that Africans don't wear any shoes or don't wear any clothes. Did you ever had anybody ask you a question like that or no?
Asking me why do I wear what?
Like, did you had anybody ask you how does it feel to wear shoes for the first time?
No.
I guess that was just us then, Sipho.
Oh yeah.
Kokelo is
maybe
not
just
feeling
you
that. Well,
Now
Kokelo,
here, I think here they do not jump to conclusion. They do not. People here doesn't like much TV. They don't watch news because they think that news are one-sided and news have a certain agenda to achieve. Maybe so. They like to ask you questions and you give them answers instead of coming with their own perspective of things. No, they don't. They are not like that.
oh, that's good.
Wow.
That's what you need. You need people like that. But another thing too, I know Sipho's gonna. Sipho, I just want to jump off this thing and go to the next one. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so we're talking to Kokelo Msomi, and he's here to promote. What's the name of the documentary again? Zulu Summer?
Zulu Summer, yes.
So
Zulu
there's
Summer.
a documentary called Zulu Summer, and it's actually I've talked to a couple of guys that are behind the documentary. They were looking for some producers in South Africa. I told them about Mandla N and some of the guys like Adze Uga or Office Buyer. And I've talked to those guys on this show. I've actually interviewed them before. So I've reached out to them. But as far as I know, they are trying to get the documentary to be picked up by one of the big guys like Netflix, Hulu, or Hulu, and what's the other one? Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon.
So they are trying to get it picked up by those guys. So if it get picked up by those guys, it will be available for you. But the name of the documentary is Zulu Summer. So just keep your eyes open. This is a great documentary, and as far as I know, it's gonna be it's a kicker. It's one of those that you really wanna enjoy. It's called Zulu Summer. But asking you a question here, Kokelo, do you know if they are gonna screen any of them in our side? Oh no.
Where? In your side?
Yes.
One of the producers is from Connecticut, so he told me that he wants to screen it in Connecticut, and I told him that okay, just tell me when you're going to screen it in Connecticut so that I can connect you with Kulin Tlapo and some other guys who are from South Africa, so that they may come and watch it with everybody there.
We'll promote that.
So it's coming. It's coming in Connecticut.
Wow.
We'll promote that.
Exciting.
We'll definitely promote that. So Zulu Summer is about the prince going to Butte, Montana in America, and the people from Butte, Montana going to South Africa and Nongoma and get to see the culture and get to exchange culture. It's a cultural exchange. And I really appreciate that, Kokelo, you told us about this documentary, and I'm glad that you are out there and having fun, man. But now, listen, we're done with the documentary and why he's here, right?
Yeah, you can move on.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right. I want to talk about the politics. I'm really excited about talking about the politics. Sipho, you may want to, I know you may have questions.
A little bit of politics from my side.
Okay, do you want to start this one?
Oh, you can start.
Well, I don't have a straight question. I was just going to ask him a general question like, does he have any idea how the cabinet is going to look like tomorrow?
Oh, yeah. Okay. You want to ask
Do you
the
wanna
question?
Okay, let me ask you that. Sorry, Kokelo.
Ask after that.
Well, you know, this is a very interesting thing. We're talking about South Africa. So we all three of us are South African. So basically, South Africa voted for the government. So they voted for the president. And the political party that has been in power since 1994, the African National Congress, has came back and is in power again. So now, the question is for people like Kokelo who know a little bit about politics, and Kokelo is actually a radio personality and a radio host, and he did a show that it was called Selling Tabas Bomvu. So basically, he was talking about like late in the evening when you sit down and rewind what the day has been about. So that's what the show was about, just straight up political and all the news that happened during the day. So now Nkokelo, Ramaphosa is being is being inaugurated tomorrow. Ramaphosa is the president of South Africa. Is being inaugurated today.
Yeah.
So what do you think the government is going to look like? We know there is no Malusi and this other old lady, but what do you think the cabinet is going to look like?
I think because of factionalism akhona kwi-ANC ngilindele ukuthi i-cabinet likaRamaphosa lilale kakhulu esayidini lakhe uRamaphosa. Indaba enkulu ila ku-deputy president for now ngoba uDavid Mabuza as the deputy president of the ANC postponed ilungana ukugcotshwa kwakhe as the member of the parliament ngenkathi igcotshwa abanye abantu ke bezoba ama-members of the parliament. So he postponed ngesimo sokuthi ufuna ukuklerishwa igama lakhe kwezinye izinto kade ephenywa zona. So yesterday la umvikelo omphakathi ulokungana ngithi ubusisiwe Mkhwebane umklerishile ulokungana uDavid Mabuza. So sobona ukuthi uDavid Mabuza uzoqhubeka yini ukuthi aphinde amukele as a member of the parliament. Kodwa ke kuphazamisa ukuthi ke namhlanje inauguration kaPresident Cyril Ramaphosa. But hamba ngaphansi zithi inkinga kaDavid Mabuza ufuna iassurance kuRamaphosa ukuthi uma emukele ukuthi abe i-member of the parliament uzoba yini usekela mongameli, because we all know ukuthi ngenkathi beya lapha eMangaung, I think kuyiMangaung this year. No, eNasrec kwakuyiNasrec.
Okay.
Yeah, beya eNasrec babeqhamuka kuma fraction ahlukene ayi2, kodwa kwenzeka ke imlingo ukuthi out of 6 abantu ababefunakala kwaphuma 3 kule fraction engapha kwaphuma 3 kule fraction engapha. So uMabuza wayeqhamuka kulelinye side. Manje uRamaphosa ngoba kuyigunya kahle kahle usekela mongameli uya appointwa. Akusikhona ukuthi uyavotela nje, abantu abavotelwa kahle eParliament uSpeaker kanye noPresident. So kube sekuba igunya la President ukuthi appoint uDeputy President aphinde appointe nama-ministers no-deputy ministers kanjalo. So kuyilungelo likaRamaphosa ukuthi angakhomba ngisho uMalema ukuthi uMalema uzoba i-deputy president yakhe. So lokho kusho ukuthi akanaso isiqiniseko la uDavid Mabuza ukuthi uzoba yini usekela mongameli. Siyazi ukuthi i-ANC inakho ukubalansisa izinto ukuthi mhlawumbe ifuna ukuthi kube abesifazane, kanti ngenzeka futhi bathi ngenzeka kuze kube uNkosazana Dlamini Zuma ongaba usekela mongameli, okusho ukuthi ama-benefit ayabaleka kuDavid Mabuza ngoba uDavid Mabuza kwamanje usewulokungana usewuyena uDeputy President wabangakaqalwa kabusha icabinet elisha, okusho ukuthi uDavid Mabuza ubalekela ke le nto leyana ukuthi uma ngehla angene lapha uzoba member of the parliament nje ezoba isithuse ekubeni nesikhundla esiphezulu ku-ANC deputy president of the ANC. So inkinga iqala lapho bese kuza la kuma-ministers. I think uRamaphosa uzofaka kakhulukazi abantu bakhe. Sibonile la Ronald Lamola bangenile eParliament and ukugadiwe naye kwesinye isikhundla ukuthi angaba uminister. Siyamazi kakhulu Ronald Lamola ukuthi ke ungomunye abantu from NC Youth League ubengagagasi nje ukuthi umnumzana uZuma nje cha against yena emsupport kakhulu uCyril Ramaphosa. Sabantu sezomchunu bangabanye abantu akade besayidini kaRamaphosa, sibalindele futhi nabo ukuthi babe khona. Ostela Ndabeni Abrahams nabo sibalindele ukuthi babuyele la kwi-cabinet. Siyazi ko Jeff Radebe usibalo wakhe ngeke amshiye ngapha.
True. And we don't even know what Jeff is gonna get. He's been there since 1994, man.
Kade lo muntu abakhona from Mandela and ngisho kukhona ama strikes kade khala nje uMalema uthi ngisho kukhona ku strike akaphumi lo muntu lwana. And futhi okunye ke ongathi kuzovusa ihlonze kakhulu eMzansi udaba luka Pravin Gordhan ukuthi kulama fines kade ekhishwa uBusiswe Mkhwebane ukuthi umthole necala lokuthi la indlela akhokhela ngayo ubani uPhileyo Ivan Phileyo kule yaminyaka endlule. Abantu abaningi kakhulukazi ke ababemba ze-ANC avela ngamthandisisa uGordhan athi ke cha uRamaphosa ngabe samfanga ngisho kumfaka kaRizana ngisho kuRizana ngoba ngisho sikhankasa kakhankasa uqhamuka sezothola ikhundla.
So who do you think is going to be the Minister of Finance then?
Ngibona igama lomunye umlungu angazi uBS Creepy angimazi kahle nami kodwa ngibona igama kodwa ke kusezinsolo ukuthi kuthiwa lizoba kanjani icabinet kodwa akaqinisekise ukuthi ubani kodwa ngilibonile igama lo mlungu lona angakamazi kahle ukuthi ubani ngisabona nje igama lakhe uBS Creepy angakamazi kahle ngibonile futhi ukuthi ke no Davis okade ephethe lapha ku industry naye futhi ngathi ke uphule out ekubeni member of the parliament okungenzeka futhi nakhona sibona abantu abasha ingakho ngithi khona abantu abanjengoLamule sobona ongenzeka futhi bafake ko justice lapha kwezamajele kodwa asikakazi kahle kahle amaphoso waziyo kodwa ke sibalindele ukuthi babe khona ke eduze noSibongiseni Dlomo ngathi uzosuka kwaZulu-Natal akhuphukele phezulu okungenzeka futhi kabeke ungqongqoshe wezempilo lapha ya kuzolonke uDokotela uSibongiseni Dlomo esuka lapha kwaZulu-Natal ezinye izinto esiyilindele kodwa kasikakazi sizobona kahle kahle ukuthi ke intombi igcineke iqome kanjani.
Tell me how true ukuthi uDr Khubisa ujoin the ANC?
Doctor
from the IFP, yeah, uDr Khubisa.
Ukhubisa lo we-NFP.
Yeah, oh yeah, naqembu iqembu. You NFP, yeah.
Ukuthi ujoine ini?
I-ANC. Bona lapha somehow ngathi bamposte bese
Oh yeah, uyena noMlaba bajoine ANC bahlukana abanye bahamba baya ku DA abanye baya ku-ANC. ANC bathathe kakhulukazi bathathile abantu be-NFP. Ngikhumbula ukuthi uMlaba kade member of the parliament kwaZulu-Natal bamthathile omunye kade emeleleke intsha uSabelo Sigudu kade emele intsha ke NFP naye futhi bamthathile naye futhi ke la uprofessor Khubisa naye futhi bamthathile kade kuzwelonke bamthatha nje sokusela insuku ezincane kuvotwe kanjalo neDA nayo yayitomlela oShelembe abathatha abantu ade bese sigungule esiphezulu seNFP. NFP that's why NFP sibona idrop kangaka nje kuma elections abantu abaningi bahambeke namanye amaqembu.
Oh my god. Yeah, and future.
Did they even get the seats this time around? The NFP?
I doubt.
Yeah, they did. 2 seats in national parliament. Bese ku provincial KwaZulu-Natal bathole sort.
At least they did, you know. They got something. At least.
That's not even a drop. That's actually a total drop.
Yeah, because amavoti babekade bethole 276,000 ngo-2014 njengamanje begijimela ko-51. Belwa nakhona
It's a disaster.
Wow. Yeah, the politics is working against them. So anyway, so now like knowing exactly what happened during the elections, can you just sum up why you think that the IFP was so strong KwaZulu-Natal this time around?
I still think ukuthi indaba yokufa kwe-NFP ngoba mawuzothi uyabheka i-IFP ayivele mawusuka ko-1994 yayivele inamandla abantu bacozuka baya ko-ANC kodwa ukufika kwe-NFP ngo-2011 yafa kakhulu i-IFP so ngoba sokuyi-IFP abantu bayabona ukuthi le monto esiyigibelela ngathi ayisayi la esithi yakhona sibuyele enkatheni ngoba vele besivele nje sila ngoba besithanda uzanele kaMagwaza Msibi naye futhi manje siyabona ukuthi uyayigulela izinto ayisenzeki kahle cishe ifana nento ebiyenzeka eZimbabwe ukuthi la uMgaba akasakhulumi kodwa kuthuthe yonke lonto sizwa ngoGrace Mgaba sinasho ukuthi uyishilo yini lonto leyo ngoba iqhamuka noGrace so lento ebiyenzeka ngapha ku-NFP abanasho ukuthi izinto beqhamuka kuzanele ngoba beqhamuka sekuthiwa nje kuthiwa so abantu babuyela back enkatheni ngoba kahle inkatha bebeyithanda abantu kwaZulu-Natal nanokuthi ke ibikhankasile kulokhu iphumile enye into futhi esiza inkatha ngize ngihlonise ama-fraction ANC i-ANC ihlukene yazahlukana ngisho la kumele ngabe iyakhandeka khona kwanongoma i-ANC isencane kodwa ihlukene so ukuhlukana kwabo abantu abaningi bebephanisha ukuthi ngeke ngivotele mina ma ukuthi ngisaphethwe ubani angifuni ukuphathwa ubani so bebenalento ukuthi ngisho bezokhetha isigungu esithile esiyingini bazoqhamuka bethi u-chairperson uzoba bani uhlala ulongana unobhala kuzoba bani without even ukuthi ama-branches kube wona azovota ngendlela eqondile so abantu abaningi bengayithanda so ibingaphefome kahle idemocracy okuyinto efuna abantu bafuna idemocracy ngayo kuyo yonke indlela sonke isikhathi so abanye abantu mase besey'khundleni bafuna ukusebenzisa ukuthi ngisesikhundleni bathukuthelise labo bantu abasuke beyithanda inhlangano labo bantu ngenkathi bethukuthele bayiphanisha inhlangano. Ukuyiphanisha nje okokuqala ungayikhankasela, nkathi ungayikhankasela okusho ukuthi maningi amavoti engeke iziwathule ngenxa yokuthi wena akazange uyikhankasela inhlangano yakho. So abantu abaningi i-IFP nombini ama-fractions, i-IFP bokumele iye kwi-conference ukuze kuzophuma uShenge, kuzongena omusha. uShenge wayibona izomlimaza loo nto le ngenxa yokuthi bosokudaleka ama-fraction ngaphakathi, so wavele wahlehlisa i-conference. Mayehlehlisa kwaba khona ubumbano, i-unity bikhona, kanti i-ANC unity bingekho.
Oh, okay. So now let me ask you a question. You getting deep on this stuff, man. I'm loving it. I'm actually getting like a bird's eye view on what's going on in South African politics. But now, uShenge, you know, I was listening to him on a Garrett Cliff podcast right before the elections, and it was a great podcast. It was a recollection. It was like a recollection of everything that has happened in his life. So now, he was supposed to step down. And he's a member of the parliament now, as far as I see. Is that what's going to happen going forward, or is he going to step down? He's 90, for God's sake.
Before elections, wathi akazubuyele parliament. What after elections, wathi I'm the leader of the IFP, so akekho omunye umuntu uyabuyela parliament. So kwaba khona leyo contradiction.
Who is this person that's supposed to take over after him?
Yeah, kahle nakhona into ebizodala inkinga laphana ukuthi uShenge wavele wakhuluma inkiyankiya wathi ufuna ukuthi umuntu ozothatha emva kwakhe kube uHlabisa.
Ubani uHlabisa?
uHlabisa umeya wala kade umeya wakwaHlabisa lapha eduze nedolobha laKwaNongoma, kodwa njengamanje uphinde waba i-premier candidate ye-IFP lapha yaKwaZulu Natal. Njengamanje uyi-leader lokungana ye-opposition KwaZulu Natal, okusho ukuthi uyi-leader ye-IFP, uyena ohola i-IFP lapha yaKwaZulu Natal. Ngoba kuyimanje eParliament elikhulu, ku-National Parliament, uShenge obaholayo, I think ulandelwa u-Deputy President of the IFP, inkosi yaseMpongweni, uMzamo Buthelezi, useParliament elikhulu kazwelonke. Kanti KwaZulu Natal bahola uHlabisa. Lo uShenge amkhomba ukuthi ufisa kube uyena ozohola emva kwakhe. Inkinga-ke lapho abanye abagade ikhundla engazi ukuthi into bengayithakasela loo nto leyo. Sike sakubona lokho ngokuthi KwaNongoma kwakhishwa umeya wakhona, ekhishwela zona indaba zama-fraction, ekhishwa abantu abaqhamuka le phezulu, esigungwini esiphezulu sayi-IFP. Umeya le ngimsho i-Deputy President of the IFP, inkosi yaseMpongweni, yakhishwa futhi nayo kuba umeya waseZululand. Ikhishwela zona indaba zama-fraction. Abona uma umuntu efuna ukuzosebenza kahle abantu akanawo amandla uma engesiyo mhlambe umeya noma ini. So uma ezokhipha labo bantu njengaye umeya kwaNongoma nje uMncwango, I think kuyamsebenzela ukuthi kwaphuma umeya omunye lo bekhona uMathabo, kwangena yena ukuze ezokwazi ukuthi abe strong lapha, ngoba i-strong kakhulukazi lapha eZululand i-IFP. That's why kubhekwa umeya nomeya obekwa ukuthi lowo muntu strong kangakanani.
Wow. This is great news, man.
Hey, man.
Great news. Now, as Bomvu, you know, I'm not gonna say anything, but it didn't work out for us Bomvu. Which this is the what is the EFF? The Economic Freedom Fighters. So it didn't work out for the Economic Freedom Fighters to actually win the national, of which I don't think that was their goal. And as far as I know, I think Malema predicted 10%, of which they did a little bit above that. So for sure, that was great. I think they did an awesome job. Honestly speaking, I think the EFF was the highest performers of this election. I think with more elections, they're gonna get even more stronger. And then the local governments, of which is it in 2 years or next year? I don't remember. But anyway, you tell me. So the EFF, they did really good. But now I don't know if you know about this or you actually agree with this. A lot of people who do not support the EFF, who do not like the EFF, is because of their leader. So, because of his charismatic words that he used to each and every conversation or to speeches or whatever he says, some people still looking for the old-fashioned stuff like myself, where you give a low respect. That's what we value as Africans, you know. You can't talk like you just like you just woke up and said whatever you were dreaming about. You actually have to think about it and say it. So Umalema has been a very, very charismatic candidate, and he did a great job to get the party to where it is. Is there a possibility that he's gonna be there in the next elections?
Go 2020, is it 2025?
Yes.
2024. Ngiyacabanga ukuthi uzobe esakhona uma ezokwazi ukuthi ayibambe lapha ngaphakathi kwi-EFF, ngoba nakhona ibhomu lokhu lithika kancane, ungazi lifuna ukuqhuma ngaphi, kodwa khona lapho lifuna ukuqhuma khona, ngoba khona ubuholo buye bungathembeki, ubuholo bukaShivambu ngaphakathi kwi-EFF. Abanye baze baqagula ukuthi hayi uShivambu sasebenzela u-ANC ukuthi phela uyihlalele lapha, naye futhi uyawafuna amandla ngendlela yakhe. Kodwa uMalema, I think abantu abaningi bathanda uMalema. Yabona uma ngehle kusuka uMalema lapha kwi-EFF ngonakala khona abantu abathanda uMalema, bamthandela ukukhuluma kwakhe, bamthandela ukuvundulula izinto kwakhe, because yena inkinga yakhe ikhona lapha ekuthenini ukuhlonipho. Singabantu abamnyama sikhule kakhulu ngenhlonipho, kodwa izinto ayishoyo kwesinye isikhathi uthanda ungathandi, kumele ukuthi uyi-applaud. Uthanda ungathandi ngoba lo mfowethu lona uyakuvusa amawulela. Yabona nje mina ngijabulela ukuthi i-ANC kuyivuse kakhulukazi. Ziningi izinto ebesingazazi zivumbuke ngabo uMalema. Kahle nje ukuqala kwento okuthiwa corruption, into ebesingayinaki lonto le. And we know ukuthi corruption ibikhona koMandela, sesazi manje ibikhona koMbeki, into ebesingayazi yonke lento. Manje amsdili ekade uZuma ehambele enkantolo sokuthinteka negama likaMbeki ukuthi lento yaqala uMbeki le ngo-2001. Into kade singayinakile ivela nini? Ivela manje ngoba sokukhona ama-commissions akhona, sokukhona indaba zey'nkantolo nani. Bonke labantu ade seyitshenti bangama-saints, ukudayiswa kwamathenda, yonke lento besingayinaki. Kodwa ngokufika kwabantu abanjengoMalema, nabo futhi abaphuthuzela iy'ndaba, abantu abakhona ngaphakathi la kwi-ANC bayayikhipha izinto. That's why we know ukuthi eNingizimu Afrika kahle ugebengu omningi. So lokho kuzodala ini? Lokho kuzodala ukuthi nobani usezocabanga ukuthi asha ubugebengu obukhulu manje. Usezothi hey no, I don't want to be like Zuma, I don't want to go to court mase kuthiwa sengiphumile la ngihamba inkantolo ney'nkantolo ngenxa yokwenza into encane kanje. Yabo, so abantu abaningi sebezoyiqaphela izinto ngokusabela ukuthi bakhona abantu abazosi-expose, bakhona futhi abantu abahleze ey'thendeni abasigade kakhulu, because angeke ngithi i-DA ingayenza lento le. I-DA i-hate yabo ayifani ne-EFF. I-EFF yabona, i-EFF ifana nengane okade uyizala wayilahla, so iyazi yonke into esuke khona ngaphakathi, ayifani nomakhelwane okade esuke kuzonda. Nje i-DA ngiyibheke ANC ezumakhelwane okade ezonda. Kade ngibuka nje even ngisho ama-posters ayo, ama-adverts hayo ku-TV, everything was about the ANC this, ANC that. So their main focus was i-ANC. I-EFF noma i-focusile ku-ANC, kodwa inayo i-campaign ukuthi sithi thina soyenzelani manje kuthiwa bakhuluma indaba of-education, bakhuluma indaba yokubuyiswa komhlaba, bakhuluma indaba yokuscrapha kwamathenda, bakhuluma yonke izinto ezenza i-sense kubantu. I-DA is saying nothing about all those things. Into abayishoyo nje bona ukuthi ANC is bad, kodwa akukho abakushoyo ukuthi bakuphethe sandini.
Phela nabo bangcolile kwasabona, baphuma lapho vele ukuhlukumezeni, ukudla imali, and put themselves in higher positions, be uneducated. You know, I've seen a documentary talk about the reverse apartheid. I think they call it that way. Reverse apartheid. Those white people, they live in the shacks like blacks now. You know, and then they're complaining about all kind of stuff, why they live in the shacks and all the kind of stuff. Like, who's supposed to live in the shacks? The blacks? You know, it's balanced. I feel like it's balanced now. It's how they're supposed to be like before, whatsoever it was happening in our country. You know what I mean? But you know, my problem, I don't know what if future in South Africa is there. Even though the ANC is going back to power, but I feel like ANC is still not ready to take us somewhere.
ANC.
I don't think I saw it like supporting ANC. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Why are you supporting these guys? Because you are white, you're supposed to be opposite, supposed to be an opponent. I felt like maybe they struck a deal together to fuck us up. He is part of the deal, you know what I mean? Because really, it doesn't make sense to me. De Klerk gave up the whatsoever to us because it was a part of the deal to make us free. All of a sudden, I don't know if you get it what I mean. That like you're the white, you're supposed to be like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. I feel like they are part of a deal. He's supposed to support these guys because they get the same check from same boss. So do you think we're gonna have a breakthrough in South Africa? I'm just asking. Because I'm concerned. What are they gonna do now that is different than what they've been doing? I know people are concerned about the tenders. They've been given tenders and all kind of stuff like that.
I think amehlo njengamanje athe njo odabeni nomhlaba and lokho basakubuka kuRamaphosa ukuthi uRamaphosa inkinga nayo uRamaphosa akathembakele ngapha ushenye into ngapha ushenye into so safuna ukumbuka ukuthi odabeni nomhlaba kahle kahle uRamaphosa uzolwenza njani udaba lomhlaba. EFF yamnikeza 6% eqaleni ukuthi akwazi ukushintsha umthetho even kwamanje bano 57% mangathi 57 plus 10 kwenza 67 okuvele badinga 66 ukuze bakwazi ukuthi ba amend i-constitution. So 66 uyaphuma makuxube i-EFF ne-ANC ongabantu vele abakhuluma ngokuthi i-constitution kumele ukuthi amendwe kancane lapha odabeni lomhlaba. Lokho okuzokwenza ukuthi nakule term lo 5 years term lo sibone ukuthi udaba lomhlaba uma sebeqalile ke sebethi bawubuyisela bazobuyisela ngayiphi indlela futhi ke hayi ukuthi bawubuyisele kuphela izoba khona indlela ukuthi abantu bachushiseke ukuthi ke nizobenefita kanjani ngomhlaba ngoba kusiza ukuthi uzothiwa willing buyer willing sell ngoba lonto le kwesikhathi nomngozi uzofike abantu abamnyama kwesikhathi ngibuye ngaba understand ukuthi bacabanga kanjani. Umuntu uzofika kuthiwa na umhlaba wakini uyabuyisela kuwena awuthatha umuntu uqhamuka umuntu aphinde amdayisele omunye umuntu mhlambe ngo2 million. So lo muntu lo uyabona ukuthi lelo kahle kahle kana vision ukuthi why umhlaba sewudinga yena into yakhe yena uprofita ngalento le. So awucabanga kahle ukuthi abantu babuyisela umhlaba baphinde bawudayisela abelungu wonke futhi lo mhlaba lo lonto izobizwa ngani izobizwa njengokuthi ukufeyila kufana nokufeyila.
I think we need a strategy.
We need reparations. I propose reparations, Your Honor. When you go back home, Kokelo, we need to talk about reparations. We need not to talk about the land. And I know the issue of the land make more sense, especially to people like myself and to people like yourself, Kokelo, because we know that if the land is given back to our people, what we can do about it, probably we already have ideas. I have all kinds of real estate ideas. I have all kinds of banks that I'll call just to say I want to get the business done. But now I'm thinking for South Africa, with the way the situation is, how about reparations? What's wrong with reparations? Because we know that some tribes and some areas have suffered the most. So what if we get compensated for that part of the land that they've lost the most? So basically, let's say people who are set in Mnambit, okay, in Ladysmith, let's say there's a huge part of the land that was taken from them. And it was used for all kinds of things. So let's look at the times that it was used, how long has it been, and then take that money and give it to the people as rations. I think that would be a best idea than trying to take that land from somebody who's plowing, providing, supporting the economy and give it to people to try to figure that out.
Ngokwami mina ukuthi mina ngendlela engiyibuka ngayo khona into ekuyakhulunywa futhi umalema ukuthi hayi ukuthi mhlawumbe masikhuluma udaba lokuthatha komhlaba sikhuluma ukuthi umhlaba nje siyawugrepha no. Lo mhlaba lo umuntu angawusebenzisi, let's share the land. Lo mhlaba ongawusebenzisi akasuthathe, let's share economy, sishare umhlaba. Hayi ukuthi uzothi mawulimile sibone ukuthi utshale khona ama crops la aphakamisa umnotho bese sithi ayekele sigcine sinezikwenza lutho. Inkinga kunabantu umfowethu lapha abahlezi.
Did Malema say that really? Did Malema really say that, or you just kind of making it up so you make him look better? He really said it in those words.
Yes, yes. Let's say
I didn't really realize this guy can talk sense. But anyway, keep going, brother.
Yeah, so yabona eMzansi uthola ukuthi umuntu unamafama amaningi, amanye akhongisha inkomo zakhe, akhongisha into ayitshalile, umhlaba nje ongaphansi kwegama lakhe, naye uthola mhlawumbe kwawo ngaphansi kababa wakhe akawusebenzisi, uthola usebenzisa komunye. So into ithini ke, lo mhlaba ongawusebenzisi sinikeze siwusebenzise, lo usebenzisa uqhubeka usebenzise. Indaba kahle kahle isekuthenini lo mhlaba ongasebenzi awusebenze phela. Uma kukhona umuntu ofisa ukuthi awusebenzise umhlaba, ukhona umhlaba ungenzi lutho, awusebenze umhlaba, bangavinjelwa abantu. Right now nje kwaNongoma sinenkinga ukuthi kunabantu abanqwahe nomhlaba ongafuni ukuthi ikhandwe imall. Kwajika ngisho u11 million lapha kuzokwakhiwa i-ground lizosupport izingane ngenxa abantu abanenkani abangafuni nomhlaba. And lo mhlaba lona ababenqaba nawo lapha kwaNongoma lokhu ngazalwa unjeyana akho ngisho insimu akudli ngisho inkomo. So sina leyo nkinga yabantu.
Where is that place? Where is that place, man?
Ilapha eMcebo, le ndawo yaseMcebo le.
Oh, that used to be an airport, right? There used to be an airport over there.
No, ayileyo khona le opposite ne radio station. Khona nomhlaba omuhle lapho, khona umhlaba omuhle la bafuna ukukhanda i-mall, befuna ukukhanda ama-ground azokwenza izinto eziningi. Banqaba nawo bajika belungu no 11 million abafika ngawo bezokhanda ngawo lapha, ne-mall nawo yajika ngesimo sokuthi abantu abafuna ukudedela umhlaba, bathi umhlaba ubaba omkhulu. Awucabanga labantu bazofa ney'ngane zabo izokhula lowo ngqondo umhlaba ubaba omkhulu. So sinabantu abanenkani abangafuni ukuthi indawo zangakithi ithuthuke ngenxa yomona.
Is it possible? I don't know what the situation was in Kokhelo. I wasn't there, but knowing exactly indawo yaKwaNongoma, is it possible ukuthi kulabantu abathi, okay, we don't want to sell the land, we don't want to give you guys a chance to build the mall, it's because they were not satisfied with the package deal? Because sometimes you find out these people, they saying that, but when it comes to like, they don't want to say things like, oh, we will hire the locals only, or we'll do a 60-40 in terms of hiring, or we'll use the local construction companies. Oh, because here in America, you know what you're talking about right now? Here in America, it happens every day, boss. It happens every day, where the city would totally refuse to give the land to a certain investment company because they're not satisfied with the package deal, okay? It just happened recently right now, just to let you know how big these things happen.
I understand. So, umbuzo wami uthi yena uqokela ukuthi indawo ingathuthuka uzofe kunokuthi lokhu unqaba ngisho i-package deal mhlambe engcono. Uqokela ukuthi indawo ingathuthuka.
Well, I mean, if it's not going to benefit the people, so you might as well leave it the way it is. Because at the end of the day, I see what you're saying is like, it's better to have some business than no business. And I agree with you, because business means money. Money means people are eating and they're getting money, getting paid. Money is moving. I understand that. And I'm not disagreeing with that. I think that's a great idea that we as locals, we as South Africans or whoever, wherever you live, that you want to actually see business in your area. But what I'm saying is that some of these investment companies, they are so shady that when they come in, the package deal is just never enough. Listen, this is what happened right now, recently, here where I am. Actually, in New York, the neighboring state. Jeff Bezos with Amazon agreed on a deal in principle. So a deal that is agreed in principle, that means it wasn't written down. It was a gentleman's talk, gentleman's agreement. And he said, okay, well, listen, we'll bring Amazon here in New York. There will be this many people who get hired and blah, blah, blah. Everybody was excited in New York. And then what did they do, Sipo? They pull out in the last minute, right? Yeah. In the last minute, no notice, nothing, because they didn't sign anything. So what I'm trying to say to you is that sometimes we have to look at the package deal. I'm not saying that we shouldn't, Indawo KwaNongoma is one of the things that is hard because you argue, you can compare it to New York because there's nothing. They desperately need something. But you got to understand, it's not always the best idea to get somebody in. It's not.
No, ukuthi inkinga mhlawumbe ukuthi nami ngikhulume kanje laphana abavumelanga ukuthi kuze kufike ekutheni ithini package deal banqaba nje.
Do you mean that there was no negotiations, no conversation?
No.
Oh, you see, that is stupid.
Kwakuthi makuzanya izinto enjalo uthothi khona ubani othile okumele ngabe ukhona akekho akezanga ngamabomu next meeting ongapha akekho
so why did iSilo not intervene into that?
Akangene lapha ungaphansi kwamahlakazi lwamhlaba. Nanso futhi enye inkinga yesibili ukuthi iSilo besingayiphasisi le mall lapha cause besifuna osuthu naso endaweni yaso ngakubo. So bokuvele ingxabano zikhona. So uyabona ukuthi bokukhona nabantu abasemaceleni abathi no asenze sure ukuthi this thing iyafail ukuze izokwazi thize ngapha so yabo.
Oh damn.
Something like that.
I know sometimes that's a show. I think it's a show or people they refuse a tar road and electricity on the street because they said, oh, our cows they're gonna be blinded by the electricity. No, we don't need this thing here. So the developments they're not there because people they said no, we don't need them.
I actually agree with them. And funny part you're saying about cows in Kokelo because I want to get right into it as we going through the politics. Kokelo, somebody tagged you on Facebook, so I happened to read it. In Richards Bay, there's a guy that is in trouble with the local municipality because he's raising cows in the middle of the CBD, Central Business District. How the heck can that happen?
I wonder how.
I didn't read the story, kodwa ngisibonile kancane ukuthi uvelo wafaka inkomo wayefaka endaweni zomntakabani nala kunama swimming pool khona.
I heard one of the cows jump inside the pool, right?
Yeah. Kodwa ngisibonile nje ukuthi abanye abantu madoda aba-understand imithetho yendawo lezi eyiphambili ukuthi kunemithetho kulezi ndawo ongakwazi ukuthi uzenzele umathanda nje khona ongeke nje usuhlaba inkomo futhi ususenkingeni ngoba kunemithetho yakhona ukuthi wenze njani uma ufuna ukwenza izinto kodwa-ke I think abantu banando enkani le ungazi ukuthi bangafuni ukuyifundisa sometimes kuhle ukuthi uyifundise understand ukuthi ey'ndaweni ey'thile.
So you're telling me that in a place like that angeke ukwazi ukunquma imbuzi nje?
Ubenda ey'ndaweni zomntakabani?
Hayibo. Let me tell you something ukuthi people from Skawini I will tell you ukuthi
this happened in Richards Bay actually.
In Richards Bay? Oh, I thought you Skawini. But I know ukuthi when they're used to a place they used to ulusi inkomo kuleyo ndawo and then now it's changed. They are not allowed. They don't take that. You know what I mean? Because Richards Bay khona Ombonambi is Richards Bay used to be their place. They used to ulusi inkomo khona lapha all over Richards Bay before it becomes the Richards Bay. You know? So when you're gonna tell them ukuthi they're not free ezweni ababomkhulu ukuthi they can have abahambisa inkomo abaziyodla lapha, but they feel like no man, come on, what is going on here? We're at a fight for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you can't blame them.
I know. You can't
blame them.
Actually, it's gonna be a nice thing. Did you see that in Kenya there's a restaurant where when you eat the elephants they eat with you through the windows?
Oh, really?
It's a restaurant, yeah. People they love it.
Whoa. White people, be clear. White people. This is not black people.
No, the black people.
I'm not going to be sitting over there and there's an elephant eating my food.
These days, people like selfies and all kind of stuff, videos. They take
an elephant eating my food.
Yeah. They feed them.
No. This is white people stuff. If you're gonna, did you say Kenya, right?
Kenya, yes. Kenya,
welcome So let's move on. Then Ngoni people ended up in Zambia. That's it.
Yeah,
why would I want to eat with an elephant though?
No, it's other people they love it. It's not a dog, it's an elephant.
No. Nkokelo, my brother, we really appreciate you joining us on the show today, and then we're hoping you join us again very soon. But as we let you go, the one thing that I wanted you to talk about as you've been here and enjoying some time over here, what has been your favorite food so far?
Hey, kuye kungakudla laba bafethi. Kungabikho kophuthu kuye kube la.
Okay, let's make it simple for you. Is it been a
Yeah,
burger? Burger or Spanish?
I think ibheka cause engiye ngizwe kangcono ibheka nepizza. Yabo nje izolwenza ngayiphekela i-rice ne-chicken ngendlela yami ngabo nje. Yeah, ngizama ukuthi.
There's something.
Yeah, kodwa nje I think ibheka nepizza.
Yeah, but Ipupicon, I don't know if they do have Goya that side, but in this side we have Goya.
Ayikho.
They don't have Goya or
last time they were here, they wanted me to send them impupu, and I didn't, and I still regret that. I should have sent them.
Yeah, you have to send them. Yeah, enough one though.
But listen, we want Kokelo to come down here, man, for June 17, man. That would be nice if he come on that weekend, dude, for Ilo Kuzana.
Okay,
yeah.
Shisayama.
June 16.
Yeah,
June 16. Yeah. Hey, please come, brother, man.
Yeah, but you know, I wish there is somebody who can help us out, man. We want to get this guy over here, and we want to get a ticket for him and all of that stuff because. It's an expensive, the expensive ticket.
Is a round trip or expensive? Or?
Because he has to go back there, so that's a problem.
Round trip.
Round trip is very expensive. Well, it's got to like $500 and stuff like that. But anyway, who knows? In God trust. Who knows? What do Americans say? In God we trust.
In God we trust. Yes.
God we trust. Kokelo. Who knows? Yeah. Things might be different tomorrow, but it would be nice to see you walking around these streets and a lot of beautiful women too you get to see.
Have you spoke to your sister or Tande expose Arisha to come over?
Yeah, let's hope bafethu mhlawumbe bakhona abantu abazolalela bezwe ukuthi now nabalalelile mhlawumbe okuningi bangakujabulela bakudiscuss sesibukana.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, Kokelo. Thank you so much, my brother. Any last words before we'll have you again, though? Let's just not say last words because we'll have you again. You're such a wonderful soul.
Yeah, so awamogcina ukuthi nje guys, thank you very much ngokuthi ningingezelela ithuba nanokuthi kuyajabulisa nje ukuzwa ukuthi izinto eziningi zasemzansi nisakhona nisayithanda futhi nikhathalela abantu basemzansi ngayo yonke indlela. Inhliziyo zenu isekhona nilana nje ngenxa ukuthi ukuzama impilo kuyaphambili nanokuthi impilo mayisahamba kahle-ke kulungile nalokho ngoba sonke senza sure ukuthi ekugcineni kumele sigcine zidlile iy'ngane kumele zigcine zidlile nazo sikwazi phambili. So it's a good thing. I just want to say good luck to everything eniyenzayo and to everyone okhona lapho waseNingizimu Afrika naye good luck kuyona yonke into ayenzayo naye qhubekela phambili.
Why shy and not die? Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you for this time.
Thank you, Bafethu.
Thank you, man.
Umbani Radio US Africa Diaspora. #1 commercial-free online. Radio only on HD.
What song you have, says Sipo? That was a great conversation with Uncle Kelly.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Yeah,
big time.
I really enjoyed it, man. He's such a smart kid, too. He's a very smart kid, man. He's very well aware politically, too.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Very
big
well
time.
aware. You can tell that he knows
Big
what he's
time.
talking about. He knows what he does and all of that stuff. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Umbani Radio, Umbani Live, and downtown Danbury, Connecticut. Is me, Kulin Tlapo, Sipo Hlongwane. About to finish up this show, and we've just been talking to you for an hour, and it's been great. I mean, we can talk until the morning, but of course, like anything else, we gotta move on. Sipo has got a gig today. It's going to Rhode Island.
Oh, yeah.
So what kind of new music you got for them in Rhode Island?
Actually, DJ is banned. I'm just gonna be assisting when he needs a break. I haven't prepared that much.
You DJ Spagbago.
Yeah,
You're gonna be carrying a bag.
Find a spare wheel.
DJ Spagbago. Isn't that DJ Spagbago, or do they still even use that word? I think it's DJ Drinks. That means you're the guy that will fix a drink for the DJ.
Oh, really?
And then when the DJ go to
I'll
the
be playing.
bathroom, you jump in.
I'll be playing. I'll roll the house. I'll show you the videos.
So you just said
I'll
there's a
make them
DJ, there's a
sweat.
real DJ.
Yeah, I've been playing. I've played in Brooklyn one time. The Americans, they gathered around here and asked me what music I'm playing. They love
Oh,
it.
really? They thought you were that
yeah.
good.
Oh yeah, I've played a different kind of music. I played like Afro jazz. I played house. I like Afro house. I played.
Did they
all
really
kind.
think that you were good, or
I was good? Not did they think I was good. I was good.
they just gave you?
You know what I mean? And then the Tamaku.
Were you really good?
Tamaku, I went to see her because she sent me there. I went to see her and said, "No, thanks so much. Your DJ was amazing."
Really?
Trust, because I was covering everybody.
So were there dollars flying on the
Dollars?
air, throwing money on you, giving you tips?
Oh
or- Didn't happen,
no! I was playing on the street because people they were sitting behind.
You were not that
at the
good,
back of the house. Yeah,
You were not that good.
I was
then.
good. Trust me. Don't be jealous.
No, I'm not jealous. I'm just
Ah,
telling
you
you
sound
that
like you're jealous,
you
though.
gotta be realistic.
Yeah.
You are not that good.
You don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that.
I wasn't there, of course. But no,
Exactly.
I know your work. I know your work. I know what you do. I know what you can do. You can spin. Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we really appreciate you for the time, man. Sipo, this was
Prince
a great one,
KB,
man.
awesome lad after that. Ukulethu, yeah.
Okay, you raise it up.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to say before I send them out?
Yeah, actually, the most important thing I wanted us to talk about was this thing that is fascinating and at the same time is scary. The Huawei and Google thing that was a serious issue these days.
Okay,
You know?
pause the song then. Pause the song and
You
then
know?
talk about it. Because I have no idea. What are you talking
You
about?
have no idea.
No.
Oh, okay. Who are we?
Who are we?
Huawei, yes, Chinese. It's a Chinese company, yes. Huawei is.
I
think it's
after
HUA.
you're done, I'm gonna tell you what Mtobisi he called the Chinese food.
Oh, yeah?
Something else. Mtobisi is crazy. But anyway, go ahead, bro.
No, Huawei and America, they have a fight. There's a fight that is going on right now. It's serious. Like they're fighting over the what do you call it? The software.
Who are we in America fighting?
Yes, you can check it. It's all over the news. The Chinese. Huawei are Chinese. And then when you talk about Google, you talk about America.
So
and all
Huawei
that.
is like Apple, right? Apple.
No,
is
it's not Apple. No, Huawei is just is a
It's a
standout.
phone.
It's a standout Microsoft company that's come from the Chinese.
Oh, okay.
Android, they're not.
What do
included.
they make?
Apple
They
is
make
not
phone.
included.
They make
They make
phones.
phones. They are
So they are
P20,
kind of like
P30.
that, done. So they're in the same level.
Yeah, softwares and all the kind of stuff like that. So they came with a brilliant idea, of which that started the problem. They came with the 5G.
What is the? Whoa! 5G instead of 4G.
Yes, that's a problem. Now they have a fight. Who's gonna win 5G? Did you know that the 4G they were fighting over the 4G as well? I think America won the 4G.
America won the 4G.
I think won the 4G. Yes. Now it's a 5G. So there's a problem. If the Chinese win the 5G, that means America is gonna salute under them, of which they are not ready to do that shit.
Wow.
Because everybody's gonna want to go to 5G.
Yeah,
5G is
that's true.
yeah.
So they didn't want it to come to America, as I was saying.
No, the America. I think Trump blocked them from Google to use Google software from their phones on whatsoever.
Oh,
they're
okay. So
creating. They decided to develop their own thing.
Oh, okay. That is the same as the Google one.
Yeah, but
And
their
the same
own
as the
software.
iPhone.
Yes, they're not Microsoft.
The same as the iPhones.
Same as the computers, the software that controls the computers, the phones, and all kind of stuff.
Is it
like
any
that.
good though?
Oh, it's damn good. It's
Have you
damn
used
good.
it, or you're
No,
just looking on social
it's coming
media?
in October. The thing is not
We're
about
just not gonna get it here in America.
no, because they have a fight.
Oh my
They have a fight. Google is and Microsoft and all the kind of stuff. They're all together, right? So everything in the whole world use this Microsoft. Microsoft whatsoever and whatsoever the system is, everybody use that. So the Huawei came up with their own agenda, of which they want to use is in Microsoft, right? So the Microsoft said, no, you're gonna bring your agenda to our Microsoft. Get out of here. You know what I mean? People who buy the P30 is the Huawei phone. The P30 and P20, P30, all those their phones, they're not allowed to use the Microsoft. That means they cannot get YouTube, they cannot get Google, they cannot get Facebook, they cannot get all the things that is happening in the whole world. They are not allowed to use it.
So what do you use it for?
So they're just stranded. So they have to come up with their own idea how they're going to survive.
So did they create another Facebook, another...
No. Facebook, they can create. But they have to create the software that's going to operate on their own. That means if they have a 5G, those companies who are under Google and all kind of stuff because of that 4G, they're going to be forced by the situation to go and sign up under the Huawei because of the 5G. Do you understand what I mean?
But wait a minute. I see what you're saying, and I agree with you. This sounds like a fairy tale. It sounds like a crack pipe, to be honest with you.
No, it's not. It's not at all.
It's not. I mean, of course, it's not. But now, let me ask you a question, though. Now, the biggest consumers of anything electronic is Americans, right?
Yeah, right now, yes.
So then the Huawei, how are they going to make money if the Americans are not consuming them?
Okay, let me tell
and
you
especially, why would you buy a phone without YouTube, without Facebook, without Instagram, without any of this
That's
stuff?
a problem they're facing right now. There's a big fight they're having right now.
So are they going to end up being in America eventually? They are fighting to come in here, right?
No. They have their own. They launched the
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
My friends don't want to be in that Huawei app.
No, you don't know that. Ask me why.
Why? Okay, what kind of apps that you've heard that they might have?
No, it's not about the apps. It's not about the apps. It's about the software that controls everything in the whole world.
But if I can have access to Instagram and YouTube and Facebook, then I don't need it.
Okay, that thing is nothing. I'm talking about the companies. The companies, they use the Microsoft thing, the 4G thing. So if they come up, these guys, they come up with a 5G. That means those companies, they have to go to the 5G company.
They don't have to, though.
No, they have to. You ask me
why.
No,
they don't have to.
Why not?
Well, because you don't need it. Because that's not where your consumer is. If your consumer is not on Huawei,
you don't care. It is not about the consumers and everything. It's about the speed, the technology.
I understand what you're saying, but if you are an American company, right?
Yeah.
Why would you actually give up being in a platform where you can access people?
Okay, you know why? Because when the people, they use 5G, let me say is the stocks. They're using the computers. The 5G, it goes in seconds. The 4G goes in minutes. So they're going to lose because the other...
I understand that, but then what I'm saying is that if I see what you're saying, everybody, okay, it's no brainer that if you are a company and you're trying to get faster, use the faster internet, use this and that and that. So you basically want to go to
the 5G.
Huawei. Where there's 5G.
Exactly.
And I get that. I get that. And I support that. What I'm worried about, what I'm not sure about is this.
Yeah.
If you buy a Huawei phone and in America you can't even access it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I say outside the world, in somewhere else, outside of America.
Yeah.
You buy a Huawei phone. It doesn't have YouTube. It doesn't have Instagram.
Yeah.
It doesn't have, you can't get any of those apps.
Yeah.
So if you can't get any Android and Apple apps, so that means, honestly speaking, that phone is not good for you in terms of apps as such. Okay. What are we using the phone for? Why would make people want to buy the phone? Why would make people want to buy the software?
Okay. Other people, they can do that. They only talk about business people. They don't care about the Facebook and all that kind of stuff because they not make money out of Facebook. They make money out of whatever, trading and all kind of stuff. The big dogs. Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
So if those companies, they decide to go to 5G because they're going to go to 5G no matter what. Because if 5G, when they explain it, they say, when you talk about the frequency, like picking up from the satellite, it's like, bam, second. If you download the movie, it's going to be like, not like we are waiting for the movie. You download the movie right now, it's there. You know what I mean? Everything's going to be like...
Second.
Second.
But now, why will America not want to embrace that? It's because of the iPhones and the Androids?
No, That came up after when they come up with the idea, and then of whatever software, and then they blocked them. They didn't want them to be on whatsoever, because I think they think about everything comes to China, everything whatsoever, and they said no, you're not gonna come now. And then they decided, okay, if you don't want to allow us to come and join you, well, fine, we're gonna find our way. So they came up with the 5G, of which now there's a fight. In October, they want to launch it in October. So there's a big fight that they must make sure that America can get that 5G. So there's a fight. I don't know how they're gonna sort it out so that somebody get it. Because when they explain it, they say, if 5G, once we have a 5G, we are the boss of the world. That's what they say. That's why they are fighting like this.
It makes sense to me. I mean, I want that 5G now, but I'm just thinking, I'm in the Facebook, I'm into Instagram, I'm all that stuff, but I can see why I will need it. I see why I need it.
Exactly.
But anyway, Sipho, let's wrap it up. I appreciate you bringing up that conversation, because that actually is more, I just saw something, a friend of mine. Okay, all right. Let me raise the music. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. Umbani Radio, Umbani Live. The reason why I got distracted is because a friend of mine that I've known for over 10 years just posted something on Facebook, and it's so heartwarming just to know that been friends with him for that long, back in South Africa. But anyway.
I'm gonna go to the restroom somehow.
Okay, but anyway, do you want to say goodbye and then we short the show?
Oh yeah, guys, thank you so much for listening to our show. We appreciate your time. You stayed with us, listening to us, whatever we're saying here, of which we are trying to help each other. Thank you so much. Keep on supporting us and tell other people, bring more people, encourage more people to listen to our radio. Just support each other, guys. We really need your support. We really need you in big numbers so that this thing is going to be, once this thing on Umbani Radio is big, it's going to reach out and help a lot of people, because our purpose is to help our people abroad, Africa diaspora, to be noticed in the whole world, that we are here and we are good and we can rock the world. So your support is very, very, very needed so much. We love you so much. God, this is Sipho Hlongwane. See ya.
Who are we?
You're
listening to Umbani Radio.
Umnazi sibumbene siyasidana sijabulile bomakhelwane bayaphilisana yakhipha elokishini umnazi sibumbene muntu nomuntu ngebantu sihlangene silavusa impilo yaselokishini.
Umbani Radio US Africa Diaspora. #1 commercial free online. Radio only on HD.
Google it.